Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 960th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Just to say, this is one of our new concept battles. As a lot of you know, we try and innovate a little bit with different battles and things like that. And this is where one team get to choose from a selection of factions. Very often these factions are called weaker factions, okay? But they are, just to give you an idea of the factions there, they are Britannia, Dacia, Gaul, Spain, Scythia, Parthia, Armenia. Okay, so one team gets to choose from those factions: Germania, Dacia, Gaul, Britannia, Spain, Scythia, Parthia, Armenia. Okay, and they get maximum money to fully upgrade their units. And these armies have got to face tried and tested, battle-hardened 31k Roman armies. Okay, so that's the selection that you get. Germania, Dacia, Gaul, Britannia, Spain, Scythia, Parthia, Armenia. And as I say, when you choose a faction from that list, you then get maximum money to fully upgrade all your units, okay? So these are all what people might call lesser or weaker 31k factions, but give them maximum money, and that can kind of even things up a little bit, okay? And that's why this is one of our new concept battles, okay? So let's look at the map first, okay? If you look at the map, you'll see it is a very undulating ground here. Can you see that? So tactical ground movement is very, very important here. Can you see that? If you notice there, can you see the higher parts of the undulating ground, which of course you'd want to get your army on, and you'd hopefully the enemy would get onto the lower part of the undulating ground. So tactical ground movement on this type of map is very, very important. Okay, over here is a really good defensive position for Team 2 if they want to take it on. They can form up there. I think we've looked at this particular part of the map before. And as you can see here, you can't attack from this direction because the rocks won't allow you. So the only way to attack this position is either from here, okay, which is an uphill fight. And if you go round behind their position there and try and come up from this flank, you can see it's very steep as well, so you'd be fighting uphill as well. So that's quite a good defensive position there. And over here, once again, wide open plains, but just look at how undulating the ground is. And as I say, with these undulating ground maps, tactical ground movement is very, very important. Obviously you don't want to be on the lower part of an undulating ground map, okay? So there you go. And don't forget, the barbarians have got the winter bonus and the woods bonus on this map. Okay, so Germania and Gaul have got the winter bonus and the woods bonus as well. Okay. So our first teammate is Brotherhood member EthEth. Now EthEth has got 9 chosen swordsmen, 1 druid unit, 6 cavalry, and 6 forester warband archers. Okay. And it'd be interesting to see how well he uses this army. Okay, there's a chosen swordsman. Now remember, the chosen swordsmen have got excellent morale, just like urban cohorts, and fully upgraded, you would be surprised on how tough a chosen swordsman can be. I've always thought they were a bit underrated infantry, actually. We'll see how good they are on this battle. And here's a good move here by Eth. Most barbarian troops have got low morale, so to bring a morale boosting unit like a druid unit is a really good tactical move, because obviously the better morale you've got, the more your army is going to keep fighting. Now unfortunately, the Gaul barbarian noble cavalry, even fully upgraded, is not that great. You certainly wouldn't want to put them up against Praetorian cavalry. So I think EthEth's going to have to be very careful how he uses that cavalry during the course of the battle. And he's got his forester warband archers are hiding. Now remember, the forester warband archers have got that ability where when they stop moving, they just hide anywhere. So they could be anywhere here in his setup area. So don't forget, 6 forester warband archers. And as I say, don't forget, these barbarian factions will have a winter and woods bonus. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now Fesen's got 11 chosen axemen, 3 berserkers and 6 cavalry. Just have a quick look at the chosen axemen there with their effective against armor axes. Remember, these guys can cut wide swathes through heavily armored troops like Roman infantry, and they've got excellent morale also like urban cohorts, and big attacking specifications. Notice they don't wear any armor, so their defense is not very good, but their attacking specifications are high. And then we come to the infamous berserkers here. Okay, they've got 2 hit points, excellent attacking specifications, and a massive fear factor they bring to the battlefield, lowering the morale of enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. And these guys are arguably the most powerful units in the game, with their effective against armor maces, as you can see. And in the old days, you know, in the early days of Rome Total War, people used to bring whole armies of berserkers, and it was just a case of point, click, win. But what we found over the years is 3 berserker units within the rest of the Germania army can still be a very, very powerful force, and used well by a skilled Germania general can still be battle-winning troops there. Okay, so that's Fesen's army there. Okay, and we have a look at his Gothic cavalry. Now, if you have a look at the specifications of Gothic cavalry, I think you'll be surprised on how good they are. Okay, I think they're also very underestimated cavalry, and they're fully upgraded. Don't forget all our units here in the lesser, weaker faction team are fully upgraded with maximum money. Okay. Our next teammate is someone who's called himself Trump Train, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now, he's got 6 foot archers, 4 hillman infantry, 1 horse archer, and 9 cataphracts. Have a look at his cataphracts here. Obviously, they're fully upgraded. Now, these guys, as you can see, are armoured from head to toe, and we call the cataphracts the kind of tanks of the ancient world, because used correctly, they can smash through enemy lines, and they don't suffer a lot of casualties because they've got so much armor. And there you've got the archers here. Now, sadly, Parthian archers are quite, they're very mediocre, quite poor, really. Obviously they're fully upgraded, so he's going to get the most out of them that he can. But their range isn't very good, and their defense isn't very good either. And now he's got a 1 horse archer unit here. Okay, the Persian cavalry horse archers, some of the best in the game. Okay, and they can be very effective and can be a real nuisance to enemy troops. Now, here's something you might find interesting. If you notice here, he's bought the hillman instead of the Eastern infantry. Now, over the years, strangely enough, we found that the hillmen seem to fight better than the Eastern infantry. And the Eastern infantry are a 122-man unit, and they're heavy infantry, where these hillmen are only light infantry. But as I say, over the years, these hillmen seem to do better than the Eastern infantry do. So that's why Scorpion King has brought them to the battlefield. And it'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle. So that's Scorpion King's Parthian army there. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's bought the Spanish faction. Okay, now I've got 16 bull warriors and 4 cavalry. Right, I've bought no slingers at all. I haven't bought any slingers because I know the enemy archers will outrange my slingers and kill them quite quickly. If you look at the bull warriors here, we looked at them before. Can you see they've got horns and like the sun on top of their helmets? That's because they worship the bull god and the sun god. And you'll see that the horns of the bull are holding up the sun on their helmets there. So that's my 16 bull warriors there, and there's a Spanish general. If you've never seen a Spanish general before, obviously in our normal 31k battles, how often do you see Spain? Very, very rarely. And there's the light cavalry that I've bought. So as I say, I think Spain is classed as one of the weaker 31k factions, as are the rest of our team. This got the potential to be a cracking battle in this new concept battle. And here is the other team. We have someone who's called himself Biggest Dickus from the film The Life of Brian, but it is in fact a Brotherhood member, Mars. Now, Mars has got 4 archers, 10 infantry, and 6 cavalry. Okay, 4 archers, 10 infantry, and 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. I think he bought serious yes, they are 8 upgrades on his Praetorian cavalry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So that's quite serious cavalry there. Looks like that's where he spent his money. And there's his infantry there. Notice no pilot shield units in front of his battle formation there, because the only army that we've got on our team that could throw pilers are Spain, and I'm guessing that because he's got no pilot shield unit, he will be avoiding Spain. Okay, their next teammate is, brother, remember, Aurelius. Now, Aurelius has got 11 infantry, 4 archers, and 5 cavalry. Okay, there you can see the 4 archers at the back of his battle formation there. But something unusual for you to see here in his infantry. If you notice, he's got 2 eagle units, 2 morale boosting eagle units there, plus his infantry general. So his infantry have got a lot of morale going on there, and of course that really helps during the course of the battle and may well help to neutralize the effect of the berserker's fear factor. Look at his cavalry. I think he's got some serious cavalry. They were 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So that's a pretty tough army. But here you'll see Tabor. Okay, Brotherhood member Tabor has got, get ready for this, 20 infantry units. Okay, 20 infantry units. Now, those of you that like statistics, that equates to 1,640 men. Okay, each one of those men can throw 3 pilers, which, get ready for this, gives him 4,920 pilers before he even gets into hand-to-hand fighting. So 20 urban cohorts, 1,640 men, and they can throw 4,920 armor-piercing pilers before they even get into combat. No cavalry. He's decided to go all infantry. So that is going to be a massive challenge for us, I think. And their last teammate is RTW player Barclayman. Now, Barclayman's got 9 infantry, 6 cavalry, and 5 archers. Okay, as you can see there. So that's a pretty good army. There's his archers there. And as we know, Barclayman, very experienced RTW player there. And you can see that if you look at the upgrades on his infantry, can you see he's got 7 upgrades on his infantry, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So make no mistake, that's quite serious infantry there. You don't see that very often, do you? So an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his infantry. I say that experienced stripe will help to neutralize the effect, the fear factor of the berserkers. Okay, remember the experienced stripe gives you more morale, makes you like more of a veteran fighter. And his cavalry, oh my gosh, and 8 upgrades on his cavalry. 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry as well. So as I say, he's got well upgraded infantry and well upgraded cavalry, and it'll be interesting to see how well we can do against such a well upgraded battle hardened, tried and tested 31k army. But remember, all these 31k armies are battle hardened, tried and tested, and this will be a real test for our barbarian troops. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see that I set my Spanish army out in the same battle formation as I do with my Roman army. Okay, I find this battle formation over the years very effective for me with Rome, so why not try it with Spain there? And we've decided that we're all moving over towards the right of the map. Can you see I've got my general at the back of my battle formation there to protect him, keep the morale going. So as I say, we're all looking to move over to the right side of the map here. Okay, it's where we're looking to form up, and our barbarian allies, Gaul and Germania, I think we'll be looking to get into the woods there, so that they're hopefully going to get the woods bonus. And what we're all hoping is we're going to try and encourage the Roman troops to come into the woods to fight our barbarian allies. Okay, so of course the barbarian allies, as I say, will get the woods bonus, but I'm not sure the Roman armies are all veterans there. I'm not sure if they will come into the woods. There you can see Barclayman slowly moving his troops across. I'm surprised not to see Scorpion King's horse archer unit harassing the Brutii troops. It would surprise me if it did. There you can see I'm running all my troops now over to the right side of the map. Okay, you can see Scorpion King there moving his 6 fully upgraded archers over there, and you'll see EthEth moving his Gaul army possibly over into the woods there, where our Germanic ally is already hiding in the woods. Okay, and there's that horse archer unit that Scorpion King had hiding in the woods there. He's just brought it out and is shooting arrows into Barclayman's units as they're moving across to his allies. As I say, horse archers can be a real nuisance to elite enemy troops there, because of course as they move they make a good target for the horse archers there. And as I say, you can see Barclayman still just walking his troops across to his allies, but it wouldn't surprise me if he all of a sudden ran. There you are, can you see he's all of a sudden running now because he doesn't want to suffer too many casualties from that horse archer unit of Scorpion Kings. Okay, there you are, you can see EthEth there has moved his troops up onto the higher ground there. And as I say, just to let you know that Spain and Parthia don't get any woods or winter bonus. Okay, so Scorpion King and myself are not getting any winter bonus or woods bonus. It's only our barbarian allies that will be getting those 2 bonuses. Okay, so as I say, Scorpion King and myself, no bonuses for us at all. So just hope that our allies can get into the woods there and try and entice the Roman armies into the woods. Okay, as I say, our Germanic ally is already hiding in the woods. Can you see that? Can you see his chosen axemen there? You can see if you put the mouse arrow over them that they're there, but you just can't see them because they're hiding. Now, remember, we're up against 4 veteran RTW players here. Okay, very good players. They know about the woods bonus of our barbarian allies. So it would be really surprising to me if they try to attack into the woods there. I think that they'll wait and try and get us to attack them personally. As you can you see Barclayman's green Brutia army being escorted by Aurelius's cavalry there, coming round behind this defensive position. Here, he'll be moving around there and then joining up with his teammates. But as I say, we were hoping that we could try and get the Roman troops to come into the woods to fight there, so that our Germanic and Gaulish allies would have the woods bonus. But as I say, these 3 Roman generals, all very experienced veterans, I bet any money they won't come into the woods there because they know about obviously the barbarian bonus there. Right, can you see I put my Spanish troops into the woods as well, and you'll see that they are hiding there. Can you see how they're knelt down hiding? And the reason I put them in there is to just try and avoid archer damage from the Roman troops there, because obviously if they're hiding in the woods there, the Roman troops can't see them, so they can't target them with their archers. To be honest with you, because I haven't played with Spain much, I'm not sure if the Bull Warriors do take archer damage head on from the Roman troops. It's something we're going to have to find out. As I say, this is new concept to us, so we're learning, just learning about these factions that we very rarely play with on the normal 31k battlefield. So it's kind of a bit of a learning curve for all of us here, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. As I say, the Roman troops, no chance of them going into the woods at this time in the battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, the team has decided, I think Scorpion King has decided actually that the Roman troops are not going to come into the woods. So can you see he's moving his Parthian troops out to the right part of the battlefield there. As I say, the Roman troops are too experienced, the generals are too experienced to come into the woods to fight our barbarian allies. So we're going to start maybe all moving out to the right flank now. As you can see, Scorpion King is taking all his cataphracts and archers out to that right flank, probably trying to get onto some higher ground. As I say, with this undulating ground map, there are some favourable higher parts of the ground there that he may well be heading towards. Don't forget, both Germania and my troops there are in the woods, and we just have to decide on whether we're going to move out to the right there. Remember, if we move out to the right, both Gaul and Germania will lose the woods bonus. Yes, they've still got the winter bonus, but they will lose the woods bonus there. And Scorpion King needs to be very careful here, because I think the enemy troops may well move over to that flank to target his cavalry. He's stayed back a bit there, which is good, so there won't be any lightning attack. If there is an attack towards him, he will see it coming. So, and you can see here that our Gaul ally EthEth is moving his Forester Warband archers out towards the enemy troops there. As I say, if you look at the archers here, see these archers of EthEth. For those of you that might not have seen this before, if you watch them, watch those archers there, you'll see they'll just disappear. Okay, if you look there, can you see that one unit's disappeared? If you watch carefully, watch those archers, another one disappear. Watch this unit here. Get ready. disappeared. There you go. They're hiding, you see. As I say, those Forester Warband archers there, they've got the ability to hide anywhere on the battlefield. And the moment they stop moving and stop shooting their arrows, they just hide. Okay, but as I say, it'd be interesting to see whether we're going to bring all our armies over to that right flank. As I say, if we do, we will surrender the woods bonus. Okay, and as I say, you can see, is it Aurelius there, and a lot of enemy cavalry already interested in Scorpion King's army there. And it, you know, Scorpion King, as I say, will have to be careful there. Any Roman troops heading towards him. Right, okay, so here you'll see that EthEth is moving his Gaulish troops over to the right flank there, as well as his archers there to support Scorpion King. So I've got a feeling that both Fesen and myself will now move our armies over to that right flank. But remember, by doing this, we do surrender the woods bonus. Okay, right here you can see Scorpion King now taking his cavalry forward a little bit, looking to try and get on a little bit of higher ground there. Maybe that's what he's looking to do. Can you see a little bit of higher ground there is what he's got onto? And you can see Aurelius there facing him, and a lot of enemy cavalry come over to that flank as well. But as I say here, I've got a feeling we're all going to move over to that right flank now to support Scorpion King, and it'll be an interesting battle over there. Okay, at this stage of the battle, as I said, you can see that we've all moved out of the woods area now and are moving right over towards Scorpion King's Parthian army. As I say, both Gaul and Germania have given up, surrendered the woods bonus to move out into the open here. But of course, remember, they still get the winter bonus here, the snow bonus. But here you can see Scorpion King with his cheaper archers here, but of course fully upgraded, shooting into the Roman archers there. And it looks like Scorpion King's on the higher ground. He's got his archers on the higher ground. Remember, archers on the higher ground, their arrows go further and do more damage. And as I say, don't forget, all of our team's units are fully upgraded. We have maximum money. Don't forget that. And here you can see that EthEth has moved some of his elite Forester Warband archers forward as well, and there's Scorpion King's cavalry. You'll have to be very aware, very battlefield aware of the Roman armies, the Roman team's movements there, because they may well be looking to try to hit his Parthian cavalry there. And as I say, you can see us all moving over towards Scorpion King. Now on that right part of the map where Scorpion King is, I think if I remember correctly, there is a little bit of higher ground there on this undulating ground map. Here you can see Scorpion King got one of his cavalry forward there, looking to try and take out some of the enemy archers. As I say, there's some of the elite Forester Warband archers there. Now, what might be a good tactical move is for Scorpion King to take his cheap mid-range archers forward to attract the more expensive enemy archers. There they are. Can you see, if you notice, can you see this is a very unusual screenshot? Can you see that arrow just leaving the bow of that Parthian archer there? That's an unusual thing to see, isn't it? But as I say here, Scorpion King's archers are very mid-range, and he may well be trying to attract expensive elite arrows from the expensive elite archers there onto his cheaper archers, and therefore the Forester Warband archers can come forward a bit later, and hopefully the Romans would have used a lot of their arrows on the cheaper archer units there. So it's a good move there by Scorpion King. Let his cheaper or his lesser archers, if you like, take the elite arrows of the elite Roman archers, where the Forester Warband archers can come in a little bit later there. Okay, so here you can see. Can you see that Aurelius is on slightly higher ground there as he moves his troops forward? Now I think Scorpion King's going to have to move his Parthian cavalry back quick, or he's going to get a mouthful of Julii pilots thrown into him. There you go. You can see Scorpion King now moving his cataphracts back, and you can see that we've reached this side of the battle map here now, and you can see there's all the 4 battle-hardened, tried and tested 31k Roman armies there. And here you can see I'm taking my Spanish army forward there to face the Roman troops in front of me there. Okay, as I say, as we saw earlier, I've set my Spanish army up as I would my Roman army with a very familiar battle formation there. And you can see Tabor's blue Scipio units, those 20 units there moving forward there to support Aurelius. Remember, that's 20 units there that can throw, what was it, 4,920 pilots before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting. Here you can see Aurelius throwing some pilots into my bull warriors. I may well pull back a little bit because I think I'm in unfavourable ground there. I think I'm on a little bit of lower ground there. As I say, on this undulating ground map, tactical ground movement is very, very important. Okay. Here you can see Mars moving his red Julii army towards our Gaul ally there. And if you notice over here, you'll see I've got my cavalry hiding in the woods. And you can see Scorpion King is bringing his hillman out of the woods there, which he's had hiding there for some time. As I've had my cavalry hiding there for some time as well. And he looks like he's moving his hillman forward there. Possibly, I would guess, to try and attack enemy archers. But he needs to be careful there because there's a lot of elite enemy cavalry knocking around there that could well go for his hillman. He may well back his hillman up with cavalry possibly, but as I say, the hillmen do perform better than the Eastern infantry, but getting smashed by well upgraded Praetorian cavalry, my guess is probably they would rout, even though they've got anti-cavalry spears there. We know that all of the enemy cavalry is well upgraded, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack here. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here. You can see Scorpion King charging him into that Praetorian cavalry, and bang! As that cavalry smashes into those hillmen there. But as we thought there, the hillmen there is routed, even though they've got anti-cavalry spears. You know, Parthian infantry, to be honest with you, isn't really great anyway. And there you can see him chasing the cavalry. Now, if you notice here, Mars is going to take his cavalry up onto the higher ground, so we'll have the downhill bonus. Watch this. Watch the downhill bonus into those hillmen. Get ready for this. And bang! Smashed into that unit, routed it almost on impact there with the downhill bonus that cavalry had. Nice move there by Mars. But here you can see Scorpion King bringing his cataphracts over to the fray here. But I can see that Mars has brought some of his infantry into play here, so it wouldn't surprise me if Scorpion King maybe moved his cavalry back a little bit. He certainly doesn't want pilots thrown into his cavalry. And you can see the Germanic cavalry of Fesen are over there as well. So we've got quite a strong amount of cavalry on that flank for the Roman team to have a look at there, and maybe draw some of their resources over to this flank here. We know Scorpion King's always got his finger on the trigger with his army, always ready to throw his units in to try and hit enemy troops there. There you've got some pilots thrown into that unit there. I saw a couple of his cavalry units go down then from those armor-piercing pilots. But as I say, on this right flank, I think the Germanic cavalry are still possibly hiding in the woods there, ready to attack when ready. But as I say, at the moment, it's a big archer battle going on at the moment. Remember that all of our units on our team are susceptible to archer damage. So to win the archer battle is very, very important, because if they win, they can then turn their archer fire onto our elite units, you know, our better units kind of thing there. So as I say, when you're with the barbarian team, or the weaker faction team if you like, you need to try and win the archer battle if you can, to then negate the enemy team being able to change their archer fire onto our more elite units there. So you can see Barclayman here has got his archers in close tight formation, which is unusual when you're fighting enemy archer units, because in close tight formation you're going to suffer more casualties from the archers that are in open order. So that was unusual there, I think, to see that. And over here you can see Mars' Julii cavalry. There's a hillman of Raled. Now what Scorpion King might be trying to do is try and get Mars here to throw his pilots into these hillmen. That's what he may well be trying to get Mars to do here. But it'll be interesting to see whether Mars is going to fall for that. You can see Mars moving his infantry forward, so I'm guessing either Scorpion King is going to back those hillmen off. Ah, yes, he is. Yeah, he doesn't really want to be attacked by them, but what he'd like to do is attract the pilers to be thrown into those units there. Okay, so remember that what we're fighting here are 4 battle-hardened, tried and tested 31k Roman armies. Okay, so it's always a challenge. And remember that Tabor's got 20 infantry units there, and the firepower that can bring. So make no mistake here, this is going to be a real test for our, if you like, what some people would describe as lesser, weaker factions here. Okay, there you can see the Gaul Forester Warband archers there in a duel with the Roman archers. But it looks to me like the archer battle is pretty even from what I can see. So hopefully they won't be able to get their archers onto our infantry, which is a main consideration. As I say, bearing in mind that all our units are susceptible to archer damage, I believe. I think even the bull warriors might be susceptible to archer fire head on, but to be honest with you, because I haven't played with Spain much, this is an experiment for me as well here. As I say, these new concept battles are all experimentals, really. Right, here you can see Aurelius moving his red Julii unit forward. You can see my bull warriors now are throwing pilers into the forward units of Aurelius's red Julii army here. Okay, you can see that. So those forward units of Aurelius are going to take some casualties from my bull warriors there. You can see Scorpion King. Look how aggressive he's been with his Parthian cavalry. Look at that. Bang! Straight in. And the next lot's going in like a bang! Straight in to Aurelius's infantry. Oh my gosh, how aggressive. So if you notice here, I'm going to move my Spanish troops forward with a view to get more pilers thrown into those enemy troops there. Okay, that's what I want to do. Oh my gosh, can you see that enemy Julii cavalry counter-attacking there? Bang! As they smash in there. Oh my gosh. That Julii cavalry is going to smash into the Parthian cavalry. As I say, I've moved my Spanish army forward because I want to throw more pilers in. But here you can see Tabor is moving his blue Scipii units forward there towards us. So at the moment, my Spanish army is facing possibly 2 Roman armies. Meanwhile, over here on our left flank, you will see that Mars is using his Julii army there to kind of chase off Scorpion King's cataphracts and Hillman there. Okay, and he may well be looking tactically to come round our flank. That's what I think Mars is thinking there. Chase the Parthian cavalry away and then come round the flank. Or take on the Gaul infantry, which he may well feel that he can do with his elite urban cohorts. But over here you can see that Julii cavalry just going to smash into the Parthian cavalry. Okay, I've got closer to the enemy Julii troops so I can throw more pilers in. If you notice, I'm on the slightly higher ground of the undulating ground map here. So my pilers are going to go a little bit further and do a little bit more damage to those elite urban cohorts there. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So you can see here that Fesen's Germanic army is right behind my Spanish army here. Okay, so just to give you a heads up of what we're thinking. What I'm thinking here is to do a surge attack, an old school, old-fashioned surge attack into Aurelius and Tabor's infantry. Okay, followed up by Fesen's Germanic troops there, with the cavalry, berserkers, and those effective against armor chosen axemen. Okay, just to give you a heads up on what we're thinking here. Okay, so you can see here I'm throwing in as many pilers as I can to try and weaken the enemy units. Here comes another cavalry charge to charge into those last 2 Parthian cavalry units, and bang! And make no mistake, those Parthian units would have been alt-attacked using their effective against armor maces, so they would have weakened that Julii army as well. So watch out for the Spanish surge attack here. Okay, get ready for this, because I'm going to really push this surge attack right into that enemy Julii and Scipii army in front of us. Right, here you go. Can you see the Germanic axemen following me in there? Right, here comes the Spanish surge attack. Get ready for this. And bang, as they charge in. Then the Germanic effective against armor axemen are charging in, and bang! Can you see my cavalry going to charge in as well? You can see the Julii cavalry are counter-attacking as well. My cavalry hits first, bang! And then the Julii cavalry hits in, and bang! As they smash in there. Oh my gosh, Just look at the impact and penetration there of all that cavalry. Right, can you see the Germanic cavalry in behind us as well? And I think if I remember correctly, there's some Gaul cavalry. I think Gaul cavalry, EthEth's got his cavalry in there as well, if I'm not mistaken. There you are. You can see EthEth's got his Gothic barbarian noble cavalry, as well as a Germanic Gothic cavalry going to charge in there. And here comes Barclayman's green Bruttii army looking to come in on our flank. Okay, and you can see here that EthEth is using his Gaul army here to try and counter Barclayman's army coming in. But this could be a pivotal moment of the battle. Can you see that Mars' Julia army is going to get in behind us here? Okay, and as I say, just wait for a few minutes, and that could be a pivotal part of the battle that could really change this around. But here, as I say, get ready for that Germanic and Gaul cavalry there to charge in. And notice here we have got the downslope advantage on this undulating ground map. And there goes the Germanic cavalry charging in there. And bang! They smash in there. Oh my gosh, right. So just over here, I want to show you a great bit of battlefield awareness and team play. Okay, can you see here that Fesen has put 2 of his berserkers on the left flank with EthEth's chosen swordsman, because he knows that the chosen swordsman could have trouble holding the elite urban cohorts there. Okay, so what EthEth is doing there is trying to hold, but Fesen has brought a couple of his berserker units over to help EthEth hold on this left flank. Good bit of battlefield awareness by Fesen, and a good bit of teamwork as well, helping EthEth to hold there. That could be a crucial part of the battlefield there if the enemy broke through. And he's got one of his berserkers here, look, in amongst his infantry and my Spanish infantry there, as we're smashing into those enemy troops. Okay, but just keep an eye on Mars' red Julia army coming in behind us. Right, you can see that Germanic cavalry charging in there as well. Look, going to penetrate. Can you see I'm surging forward again? Can you see my Spanish troops are surging forward again with my Germanic cavalry? Right, pause the game for a second there. Right, so here you can see the Scipio general and the Julio general. To me, they look in quite a easy to hit place there, aren't they? And if we can take those 2 generals out, that's what I'm looking to do. Take those 2 generals out there, take the morale bonus away from the enemy team, and you know, that would really help us there. They are in a really, as I say, delicate position there. You can see that Julioid cavalry charging back in again, and bang! As it charges back in there. Just look at this for a scrap. We've got Parthian cavalry in there, Germanic infantry, Spanish infantry, Germanic cavalry, Spanish cavalry there, all smashing into these elite Roman armies. Oh my gosh. Right, now this could well indicate the end of the battle there. You can see Mars has now got in behind us with his infantry and elite cavalry. Okay, so there you are. Now he can either smash into the back of EthEth's chosen swordsman, right, which would probably rout them, and then all those troops then, if Barclayman smashes in with his cavalry and Mars goes into the back of these chosen swordsmen, that could well break our left flank there. Or he could go into that back of them, or he could take his troops on and smash into the back of my Spanish troops there, and into the back of the Germanic troops as well. Okay, so as I say, well done to the enemy team there. I think that was a really good tactical move there by Mars, and it looks like this could be the end of the battle here. As I say, you can see Scorpion King's cavalry, and I'm throwing my light cavalry in there as well, trying to stop that Julio cavalry smashing into the back of our engaged troops there. But as I say, that's a great move by Mars, and I think that could be the end of the battle now when he smashes in behind us there. There's my Spanish general at the rear, and it wouldn't surprise me if Mars went for him to take the Spanish general out and knock the morale away from my troops there. You can see that Julioid cavalry. I think that's a Parthian general's just been taken out. Right, here comes the Julioid cavalry. Get ready for this. And bang! As he smashes in here. But once again, good battlefield awareness by Fesen. If you notice, he's turned his Germanic axemen to face the attack from the Julioid cavalry there. Nice, good battlefield awareness there by Fesen. Turned some of his axemen to face that. I turned some of my Spanish troops to face that threat as well. Okay, but you can see, just look of the Julii infantry and cavalry pushing in behind us there. Oh my gosh. Just look at that there. I can see them really pushing in to us there into the rear of our engaged troops like a hammer and anvil attack. The enemy infantry at the front being the anvil, and the enemy infantry and cavalry coming in behind the hammer there. And there's Julii cavalry charging by. Just look at this. So can you see what they're thinking? Intimidated by nearby enemy. Can you see that? So they are intimidated by that berserker unit. Get ready again. We'll have a look at some more of these Roman units there. Look, intimidated. They're intimidated by enemy there as well. Okay, and so the morale is being sapped by those troops. So that berserker unit isn't just fighting, it's sapping the morale away from those enemy Roman troops as well as we charge into them. Now I'd just like here to say, give a shout out here to EthEth chosen swordsmen. They have held absolutely fantastic against elite enemy troops. I remember EthEth here saying how surprised he was on how well the chosen swordsmen did. As I say, very underestimated infantry. Here you'll see Scorpion King's Parthian cavalry charging in to the enemy Julii troops, but make no mistake, it's all up in the air at the moment. Which way is this going to go? I mean, that was a great move by Mars, getting in behind us there. But the enemy troops still holding. We're trying to take those generals out. I think that's the Scipio general just been taken out there. That's good news for us, taking the morale bonus away from the enemy troops. And did you notice here, as soon as the general's been taken out, can you see a lot of Roman units starting to rout now? Now, if we can take the Julii general out as well, then that would finish them off. But the moment that the Scipio general was killed and the morale bonus was taken away, you'll see a lot of troops there, Roman troops, starting to rout under the pressure from this been put on them. Oh my gosh, we need to push. We need to push now into these enemy troops just to give them that final nudge as we charge for it. You see my Spanish troops surging forward again there. And so you can see that the Julii general has now been routed, and we saw the Scipio general have been killed. So they've lost those two general morale bonuses there, and we're smashing through those elite urban cohorts there. Okay, so we've done well at that particular part of the battle there. I think we took out most of Tabor's army as well. Remember, he had 20 infantry units. I think a heck of a lot of his infantry units have been taken out as well. Okay, but here, as I say, a shout out to EthEth chosen swordsman holding so well. And as I say, EthEth in the battle said he was amazed on how well they held there. You see that Brutii cavalry charging in there as well, of Barclayman's, look, throwing them in. We now need to move those victorious troops over now to our left flank. There you can see, charge that cavalry into my Spanish bull warriors there. You can see Fesen there forming up with his Germanic troops ready to bring them in as well. Just like to show you a really good move here by EthEth. Now he's got his cavalry in behind the enemy troops. They were over there, he's brought them in and smashed in behind them. As we talked about before, why try and break down a barricaded front door when if you nip round the back you might find the back door open, if you see what I mean. So it's a hammer and anvil attack, his cavalry being the hammer, infantry being the anvil. You got Scorpion King's Parthian cavalry charging in as well. And as I say, here you can see Scorpion King been using his Parthian cavalry all over the battlefield. Now we're going to get our victorious troops down here to attack these Brutii infantry that are left fighting. So you can see that there. You can see my Spanish troops there charging forward, and you can see the Germanic troops charging forward as well. I think there's still one berserker unit still fighting as well. So remember that berserker unit not just fighting but sapping the morale of enemy troops. There's that Julii general there, has been routed as well. And oh my gosh, it looks like our team has managed to win. Wow. Whoa, that's well, I suppose a bit of a surprise really. I was going up against 4 battle hardened, tried and tested 31k Roman armies there. That was quite a surprise. Look how condensed the main battle is. Yes, there are a lot of archer dead across the battlefield, as we saw earlier, where the archer battle was very fiercely fought there. You see loads of archers dead there on both sides. And there you are, you can see a lot of Roman archers there as well, dead. So, as I say, that's the archer war part of the battle. But over here on the right flank was the the main intense part of the hand-to-hand fighting there. And just look at the piles of dead there. Oh my gosh. You just see the intensity there of how, you know, how tough this battle was. So what do we have in our army? We have Gaul, Parthia, Germania and Spain. So Gaul, Parthia, Germania and Spain has beaten 4 elite 31k Roman armies. Okay, yeah, we have got maximum money. All our units are fully upgraded. But I think you do need good tactics and strategy still to win. When we first started these new concept battles, Rome won most of them, to be honest with you. But gradually, as we've got used to using these lesser, weaker factions, it's starting to get a little bit more even now. I would say in most cases, it is pretty even. And in fact, the weaker, lesser factions maybe just getting a little bit of an edge on winning the battles now, as we're getting used to fighting with these factions. But who would have thought Spain, Germania, Gaul and Parthia would beat 4 elite 31k Roman armies? That's all that's left of my Spanish army there, all very battle depleted units. I think all my cavalry might be dead. There's what's left of the Germanic army there. And as I say, poor old EthEth held for ages with his chosen swordsman. As I say, chosen swordsman, as we've talked about before, very, very underestimated infantry. But as you saw there, how well they held against the elite urban cohorts there. So well done to EthEth there. And there's a Parthian army there as well. Okay, so first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the team there. Now, who would have thought that Spain, Parthia, Germania and Gaul would get a clear victory over 4 battle-hardened, tried and tested 31k Roman armies? And the highest kills in the game, surprisingly, it goes to my Spanish army there. Very unusual for me to get the highest kills anyway, but for Spain to get the highest kills. But remember that it's how well my teammates played that managed for me to get the highest kills. So they enabled me to get the highest kills by how well they played. So well done to them. Well done to Mars. He got over 1,000 kills with his Julia army. And that attack he did at the rear nearly won the battle. Well done to Aurelius. He will be disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but he was very aggressive. Well done to Tabor with his 20 infantry units. He might be disappointed with the amount of kills that he got, but he did get over 1,000 kills. So well done to him. And well done to Barclayman. Highest kills in his team there with his Bruttii army. So really well played to Barclayman. Really well played, guys. Well done to Scorpion King there. Look at the kills he got with Parthia. Oh my gosh. Great kills with Parthia there. And well done to Fesen, great kills with his Germanic army there. Second highest kills in the game, so well done to him. And well done to EthEth there. Got some good kills with his Gaulish army there. Who would have ever thought that he gets such great kills with that army. And as I say, you know, like in our normal 31k battles, we rarely bring Spain, Parthia, Germania or Gaul, do we? And to get a clear victory against 4, as I said, you know, they are battle-hardened 31k Roman armies. To get a clear victory with those factions, I think was amazing. And as I say, this is one of our new concept battles there, where we take the maybe the lesser, weaker factions, give them maximum money so they're fully upgraded, and then take them up against those 31k Roman armies. And as you can say, if you look at the Roman generals there as well, all very experienced. Make no mistake, they bought really hardened armies there. So as I say, for Spain, Parthia, Germania and Gaul to get a clear victory, I think that's, you know, really, you know, surprising really. Anyway, we play Rome Total War every Friday, Saturday and Sunday night. If you'd like to join us, it'd be great. And if you're in one of our battles, you may well see yourself on this YouTube channel. Okay, bye for now.